Hey, welcome to our show, guys. Where we at today, Bryce?
Well, it ain't Gold's Gym.
No, it's not Gold's Gym. Where are we?
We're at the Utah County Metro SWAT headquarters.
You finally figured out where we are on one of our shows. That's good.
You impressed?
I am impressed.
All right.
Hey, we're going to bring our first guest in here right now. Buff.
How we doing?
Welcome to our show, buddy.
Thanks.
He is buff.
Glad to be here.
This is Sergeant Sean Buffton. And first thing we want to do is, how long have you been doing this SWAT thing?
About 23 years.
Wow.
You know what I remember about you?
I wouldn't dare say.
When you and your dad had that Spanish Fork video
Yes.
down on South Main.
Yes.
Was your mom a part of that too?
She was the boss.
She was the boss.
Yeah, she was the boss.
I bet a lot of people don't even remember that video store.
No, you got to be an old timer.
An old timer.
Yeah.
Oh, good store, man.
Got to be an old timer.
All right, we want to bring in Lieutenant Chipman now. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You got the big boss on the show here, Goose.
Hey, we don't waste time. We go right to the big wigs, don't we?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, I want to know, and the viewers want to know, what do the letters SWAT stand for?
SWAT stands for Special Weapons and Tactics.
Now, a lot of people out there think that, especially the taxpayers, think that we don't need a SWAT team in Utah County. What's your feelings on that?
Well, they're probably just uninformed. I don't think people realize how much we are used on a yearly basis, how many operations we deploy on. And, you know, if it's your daughter, if it's your son, if it's your loved ones that are in a critical situation, then don't you want some trained professionals to come out and help them to get them out?
I do.
Yeah.
What about you, Lieutenant?
Absolutely. You know, there are just a lot of, we are called out on a regular basis to handle situations that are really high risk and are potentially deadly situations, and we need some trained individuals, our trained SWAT members, to make sure things get resolved.
Now, he's brought up the word trained a couple of times. Are the men trained?
Yes, they're trained as good as any SWAT teams in the country. All of our members have to go through what we call Hell Week. It's a basic SWAT school we do every year. We do it once a year. And in order to be on our team, you have to complete Hell Week. And it's a 5-day course, 21, 22 hours a day. It's very militaristic, a lot like a boot camp or a Navy SEAL type of operation. And if they don't complete it, then they can't be on this team. And then we have monthly training. Once you make the team, you have to train monthly on all different kind of stuff, shooting skills. We set up scenarios for barricaded gunmen, hostage rescue, drug search warrants, active shooters in schools, churches. We have to be prepared.
So this is not for the faint-hearted?
No, not so much.
No.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's our Hell Week is designed, you know, not only for, you know, see what officers can do physically, but more importantly, can they handle the mental stress of a 22-hour day, of the grind, of everything that we put them through? Can they handle it? And so it's designed for a couple purposes.
Okay. Now, we're always looking out for the women. Are there any women SWAT members?
We don't currently have any. There are some women SWAT members across the country. We have had some women go through our Hell Week. I believe we had one out of Colorado a year ago. We had one out of Summit County, and they made it through. They did a really good job.
Beautiful. Just had a new guy come in. Let's introduce him.
All right.
Who we got here?
Deputy King.
Deputy King. Welcome to our show.
He's one of our entry team leaders.
And what does entry team mean?
He's in charge of entry, the teams that make entry into targets.
Ooh.
So,
Is that a dangerous job?
It can be.
And what's your biggest concern when you enter a building or something like that?
Safety of my team, safety of the victims, and then the suspect.
Now, you were telling me during Hell Week that some guys, when they come from other states, They don't like some of the guys, but at the end of Hell Week, they're in tears and they're hugging one another.
It's very fun for us team leaders to watch that. You know, the first day, just like with anything, you know, you go into a strange room with strange people you don't know, and, you know, you're looking at them and kind of wondering, and it's the alpha dominant male, you know, we always do that.
Okay.
And then by day 5, when this school is over, these guys would literally take a bullet for each other. And it may be a guy from Colorado and a guy from Arizona, and they just, in 5 days, they grow so close and depend on each other so much that it's really incredible to watch.
Beautiful. Well, Bryce, I think we're going to take our first break right here. And when we come back, guys, we're going to go around here and show you some of the equipment they use. You won't believe what the Utah County SWAT team has, will they?
I don't think they will.
Wow. We'll be back in just a minute. Hey, welcome back, guys. Did you get your chips and your water? All right, we're ready. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the size of this truck.
Holy smokes.
Do you believe this? Okay, we're gonna go over here and talk to Lieutenant Chipman. Right over here.
Rob, look how big that thing is.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, we want you to let the people know what the Metro means. Right here, Utah County Metro.
Yeah, a lot of people think with the Utah County SWAT team, it's just the Utah County Sheriff's Office. That's not true. We actually have Metro, meaning we have members of the SWAT team from all over Utah County. Why don't we step on up there? This is what we use to deploy our team members. Where we need to go. This can hold up to 35 to 40 SWAT members.
Wow.
Got a bench that people can sit, and also handrails that guys can keep their balance and standing up. I got to tell you, this is a work of a lot of people, a lot of dedication and effort that went into building this. Sergeant Buffton, former Sergeant Mark Binks, Neil Castleberry, they actually built this.
All good guys, man.
All really good Spanish Fort guys.
You bet.
And a lot of hard work and effort, and it's really paid off.
Excellent. Now, Buff was telling me that this rail, the guys hold on here and they exit this door,
That's correct.
and the other guys hold this rail and exit out the rear.
And then exit out the rear.
Is that right?
Yes, we have 2 exit points.
Beautiful. Now, if Rob was in here, where would you exit, buddy?
I don't know. Right now, I've got that theme song from that SWAT TV show in my head.
Oh, yeah. You know who did that song, Bryce?
No.
That was by a group called Rhythm Heritage. Ooh.
Boy, you know your
He knows
trivia.
his music, don't he?
Yes.
All right. So, anything else about this vehicle that you think's very unique?
Well, I will tell you, a lot of people might be looking at it saying, wow, this is big, expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But we've actually taken the actual top, what you're looking now, the box, and removed it from our old truck and put it on this new truck that we actually received money for. It didn't come out of the taxpayers, Utah County taxpayers' dollars.
Oh.
So,
People are thinking, oh, that's
so
good.
we've got a lot of nice equipment that we've secured from federal money.
All right, operationally, Buff, what's the typical number you guys will go out this year?
Well, so far this year, we've been called out on 12 barricaded gunman calls, 1 hostage incident, and probably a half a dozen high-risk drug warrants this year.
So we were just telling people in the other vehicle that Utah County's got this latest vehicle to get you right to the spot. Like if there's an active shooter at Diamond Fork, you'd be able to enter the building, right?
We've got a new armored van that really probably has changed the way that we can do business.
All right, we're going to meet the creator of this vehicle. What's his name?
I think his name's Dave.
Dave?
Dave Acosta. Yeah, he's a friend of mine, former SWAT cop out of Las Vegas, and he has done a wonderful thing here to help us here in Utah County.
So you've got one friend then?
That's it, just one.
Okay. Welcome to the show, man.
How's it going, man?
Good,
Good to see you.
good. Now, you said you've worked in Vegas,
Yeah, I spent some time in Las Vegas.
and what do you think of their SWAT team?
Well, of course, you know that's kind of where I was born and raised as a cop, so I'm a little bit biased. But we have a great team there and real busy. But I got to tell you, and I told Sean this. Once I got to know Sean and his guys here and we started working together, I've actually gone back to those guys and to actually a lot of other SWAT teams that I've worked with over the years and bragged up Utah County. These guys are awesome. They are probably, in my opinion, and I've traveled around training with teams, this team probably trains more than any part-time SWAT team in the nation. I feel comfortable saying that. They train all the time. What we wanted to do was give Sean and his guys and SWAT teams pretty much all over the nation, law enforcement in general, the ability to take something that is fully armored and drive right through doors into the mall, Trolley Square, for example, Columbine, Virginia Tech, any of those places where we've had these public shootings or these mass shootings. This vehicle actually is built to go right through those doors, drive right inside, and take a team and deploy right on top of the active shooter without putting the officers at risk. They can also rescue people that normally would have to wait. And inside you'll see how bright it is. You can actually perform all kinds of medical
So
stuff.
right here goes the battering ram.
That's the battering ram.
What's the length of the ram?
Well, Sean wanted longer and bigger. Technically, we stick about 8 feet, but you know Sean, so I think he's out to 14 feet with that thing.
Oh, wow.
And they
14 feet!
About out to here.
What do the letters ASRV stand
Okay.
for?
ASRV, it's an acronym, it's Active Shooter Response Vehicle. And we have different models of it. This particular model is the FIST, and that is First In Suppression Team.
Hey, we're inside now. Looks pretty comfy, pretty cozy.
Yeah, it's pretty cozy. We've got the bench system in here. The whole vehicle is rhino lined. All these benches come out. The bench across there actually is a stretcher. So that pad, the whole thing pulls out and it works like a stretcher. But it can comfortably hold about 8 fully kitted up guys, as long as they're not all buffed in size.
Okay.
And then you could sit some on the floor. But if you knew you were going in to do a rescue, for example, and you knew you had multiple casualties, these benches pop out in a few seconds, and you could have the whole floor space to just pack it with kids
I got you.
if you needed to.
Beautiful.
This is a pneumatic gun port. It's kind of weird.
Wow. Oh.
And so traditionally we have these flip levers, but this one, you just push it down, put your weapon through, and then when you're ready to close it, especially if you have to close in an emergency, you start taking gunfire back, you just hit that latch and hit it and forget it. It's kind of fun.
Hit it, forget it.
Ooh.
Hit it and forget it. Let it do its thing. Just don't keep your fingers in there.
And what about the driver of this vehicle?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get shot through this windshield, am I?
No, that windshield can stop high-powered rifles. Automatics can take multiple hits from 308s in the windshield.
Wow.
On the ceiling, we have a skirt, a ballistic skirt that actually goes all the way around the vehicle. 360 degrees upside down, this bad boy's ballistic.
Ooh. You mentioned skirting.
Uh-huh.
I thought women only wore a skirt.
Well, I told you this is my baby,
Okay.
and she has a black skirt.
Oh, beautiful.
So the wheels are bulletproof.
Oh, they are?
The wheels are bulletproof. They have run flats, so the wheels can get shot to pieces, but there's a polymer donut in there that sits on the rim. It doesn't allow the wheels to go completely flat, and you can run quite a ways on those wheels, even after they've been shot.
So if a guy out there's thinking about shooting the tires,
Go ahead, waste your ammo. We want them to shoot. We want them to run out of ammo.
okay?
Nice.
So
Now the reason that you created this vehicle is why?
I was actually reading a book by world-renowned expert on mass shootings, His name's John Gaidick. He wrote a book called Terror at Beslan, and it was a very unfortunate incident over in Russia. And there were 1,100 children, men, women, and children, mainly children, at a school taken hostage by Chechen terrorists. You don't want a barricaded gunman to be able to dig in. So I just, one night, about 2 in the morning, I jumped up, and this is kind of funny, but I do my best thinking in the shower.
Okay.
I ran over, jumped in the shower at 2 in the morning, had the hot water hitting my head, and I'm like, there's got to be an answer. And I came up with this, believe it or not. I just said, why not? We'll take an E350 Super Duty, and we'll completely armor it. We'll customize the inside of it. We'll build a special system that allows it to break doors down at a mall, at a school, at a church, at City Hall, and go right inside. And as long as this thing can absorb the rounds, there's nothing an active shooter can do. There's nowhere to go.
So
Push them into a corner.
So if we can deter one guy, right?
One guy.
One guy, this baby's all worth it.
Worth every penny. You know, Utah County was a big part of the development of this. I went and got Sean Buffton, brought him over to my house. We didn't even know each other that well at the time. Raised the garage, and he just saw this van. It didn't have anything done to it, and I said, here's my idea, and I spit it out.
A typical barricaded gunman call or even a drug warrant, it takes a long time to get your teams in place. We're delivering teams and sniper units on barricaded gunmen right where we want them. Our guys don't have to sneak anymore through neighborhoods in the middle of the day or night, either way. The van can put them right where we want them right to start with. So it cuts down on just a ton of time where our guys would have to be, moving stealthily into the situation. This has increased the rescue speed tremendously. Once our guys hit the ground, if we can get within 20 to 30 feet of these victims, we're talking about an 8 to 10 second rescue, literally. The van has really changed the way that Utah County Metro SWAT does business.
This vehicle gives them the ability, gives American law enforcement the ability to deal with all of that, to deal with it quickly, to deal with it safely. And I've never seen anything that even comes close to it when it comes to that vast range of tactical capability.
Check this out. So when the door closes, we have a camera system here, so these guys actually can watch a monitor in here. This monitor right here lets the officers inside watch what's going on outside before they exit. We can put cameras all the way around it. But then when you get out, if you'll notice that there's an overlap in the doors, because this is the weakest spot of any bulletproof vehicle, will be the seams or the doors, which is why there's an overlap there. There's an overlap here. You've got the super thick windows, they're curved glass, so they look normal. You can't tell from outside that it's bulletproof.
Bryce, when I just got out and closed that driver's door, you could feel the weight of that puppy. It's solid, no doubt.
Now you mentioned seams in sports like football.
You're always looking for the seam. That's the weakest spot.
And baseball, it's the alleys or the seams.
I thought the alleys were in bowling.
Well, that's bowling too.
Bowling and baseball players are pretty much the same, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
They just go
No, I think bowlers are bigger athletes.
I know Goose is a big baseball fan.
You bet, baby.
Spanish
All right. When we were building this, people were, imagine the skirts hanging down, protecting your legs, but people were saying that they didn't like to step around here because it clogged up this whole thing.
Wow.
Door just opens, the skirt hangs all the way down, so you can actually look through the window or stand right here, provide cover fire for your guys, and they can perform a rescue in this whole back end.
Very cool.
So,
Now, can any guys ride on the outside?
absolutely, let's take a look
Oh,
at
they
that.
can?
Yeah.
Bryce, they could hang on the outside over
Look at
here.
this.
Perfect. Okay, that's it. Very SWAT-like.
Oh, you guys look really cool.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Then one of my favorite things that we put on this particular vehicle is that there's a microphone right here in the mirror, and it allows you to drive right up to ground zero. So if I'm a bad guy and they can come up and have a conversation with me right here face to face, which I think helps in a negotiation. You want to be face to face with the guy.
Well, sure you do.
You want to show how sincere you are, that you want to help him out. They can drive up and talk to him right here and they're safe and he's not in any danger and everything's cool. So we have another system exactly like that by the same company, and it's infrared, and it basically it's a FLIR. It's forward-looking infrared, so they can drive at night and anything that's putting off a heat signature, they can see it.
What do you want to tell anybody that's thinking about committing a crime?
Don't do it. Don't do it, because when this bad boy shows up, it's all she wrote. So don't even do it. There's no sense doing that. You want to steal? Steal a base. That's
Oh, I like
No.
I like
about
it.
that?
Steal a base, man. I love it, man. Okay, we're going to take another break. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, guys. You know how we close your show, right, Rob?
You betcha.
You know how we do it, Rob?
I do. It's a beautiful day. It's a dandy. Look at that view, Bryce.
It is beautiful.
And remember, we love you. We truly do.
That's good. How do you do, Goose? Goose, what are you doing, Goose?
Hey, Dave told me if I'm going to steal anything, steal a base. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, man.
Bryce, I think we're going to have to call SWAT on him. Are you coming back for part 2?